students, in the previous section we learned about the properties of solids, the properties of liquids and the properties of gases one by one. Today we shall discuss the differences between the solids, liquids and gases. So we will compare and we will differentiate, we will see what are the differences between solids, liquids and gases. Let's see the first difference. So, solids. So, even you too have to make a column. You have to make a 3-column table and you have to copy down this in your notebook. Okay, students? Now we shall start the differences. So, solids. In solids, solids have fixed shape and volume as we discussed earlier before also. So, solids have fixed shape and fixed volume, whereas liquids, they have fixed volume, that means they will need in space, but they don't have any fixed shape. Whereas gases, they have no fixed volume, no fixed shape. Okay, students? So solids have fixed shape and fixed volume. They have both. But liquids, they have fixed volume but no shape. Whereas gases, they have no fixed shape, no fixed volume. Next differences. So solids. Solids have no space between the particles. So whatever the object made up of, okay, whatever the object is, if the object is solid, if the object is hard, then the particles in that object will be closely arranged in such a case that there will be no space between these particles. You can see. So the arrangement of molecules in the solid will be like this. Okay. So solids have no space. Okay. No space between the particles and hence they are hard. Whereas liquids, so liquid have some space between particles. Liquids have a little bit space between the arrangement of the molecules. Like you can see here. So you can see the space here. And hence they are not hard like solids. Whereas gases have more space between particles. So when compared to solids, they don't have any space. Liquids, they will have a small space, whereas gases, they will have more space. And so only we cannot hold the gas. The particles in the gas can move independently all over they want to. Okay. So this is the second point. The third point. So they means solids cannot flow. So can the solid flow? No. Have you seen a stone flowing on its own? No. So solids cannot flow. Whereas liquids can flow from higher level to lower level, isn't it? So liquid, for example water can flow, but the thing is it can flow only from higher to lower. So water, if you pour water like this, it will flow from here to there. Okay, it will flow from here to here. But if you put the water from here, can it go from downward to upward? No, the water doesn't flow. So if water, that means if liquid wants to flow, it will flow only from higher to lower. It will never flow from lower to higher. Got it, students? So liquids can flow from higher to lower. Whereas gases can flow in all the directions. Have you seen any kind of smoke? That is called dhua. Okay. So have you seen any kind of smoke or gas standing at one place only? No. So if there is a gas, if there is some smoke, it will suddenly starts moving in all the directions, isn't it? So solids, they cannot flow. Liquids, they can flow but from higher level to lower level. Whereas gases, they can flow in any direction they want to. Okay. So these are the three differences, major differences between solids, liquids and gases. So just repeat along with me. Solids have fixed shape and volume. Liquids have fixed volume but no shape. Gases have fixed shape Gases have no fixed shape and no volume. Solids have no space between particles, whereas liquids have some space between particles, and gases have more space between the particles. And the last difference is solids, they cannot flow. Liquids, they can flow from higher level to lower level. And gases, they can flow in all the directions. So these are the differences between solids, liquids and gases. Now, students, can we change solids into liquids and liquids into gases? So you know all these are matters, right? Even solid is also a matter, liquid is also a matter, gases is also a matter. So can we change one matter into other form? Yes, we can change, and you are very well familiar with this, right? So students, the changing states of matter. So as we discussed a while before, that we can change either solids into liquids, liquids into solids, or solids into liquids, again liquids into gases, right? So what are these processes called as? The first process, melting. So what is melting? The process by which solids changes into a liquid is called melting. So it is a process by which solid changes into liquid. It is called melting. If a solid substances, if get converted into liquid, then it will be called as melting. Now for example, ice cubes. So you all are very familiar of ice, and you all are very fond of ice also, isn't it students? And if you take that ice cube and let it for some time apart from out from the fridge, then you can observe that the ice cube starts melting. So ice cube, it is solid, and the water which is coming out from the ice cube, that is the liquid, and that process is called melting. So when that ice cube melt, when it got heat, right? So hence the process by which solids turns into liquid, they will be called as melting. An example will be ice cubes turns to water. The next process, boiling. What is boiling? The process by which liquid changes into a gas is called boiling. So liquid will change into gas. For example, already we have said, if you boil some water, it will start boiling, and after some times you can see some kind of gas coming out from the surface of the water. That gas is nothing but the liquid which has been converted into the gas molecules. So hence, and how does it happen? By the process of boiling. If we want to convert liquid into gas, we must have to boil. Okay, that means we have to provide heat. Next, if we provide, the difference between solids and liquid, melting and boiling is, students, is that, so for solids, if we are giving heat for solid, then it will be considered as melting. But if we are supplying heat for liquids, then it will be considered as boiling. Okay? So solids, providing heat for solid, it will melt. Providing heat for liquid, it will boil. An example will be water in the form of water vapors. So the gas which is coming out from the surface of the boiling water, that is called water vapors. Okay. So next is freezing. What is freezing? The process in which liquids changes to solid on cooling. So again, if liquid is heated, then it will be called as boiling. But if liquid is cooled, then that liquid will get converted into solid, and that is called as freezing. For example, water changes into ice cubes on cooling. So if you take some water in a glass and if you keep that glass into the freezer of your refrigerator, it will, the liquid water will turn into solid again. And when it happened, after you kept that water into the freezing mood, that means you have cooled that water such that it has turned to solid. So if liquid turns to gases, it will be called as boiling. But if liquid turns back again to solid, it will be called as freezing. Okay? And boiling will happen on heating, whereas freezing will happen on cooling. So these are the three major processes which changes the states of the matter. So in melting, it is a process by which solid changes into the liquids. Boiling, it is a process by which liquid changes into gases, and freezing, it is a process by which liquid changes into again solid on cooling. So students, here comes your chapter end, and the next class we shall start a new lesson. Okay, and today you just copy down all these points and keep ready for the correction of the notes. Okay, thank you.